Moving Plate Productions. We are a budding entertainment company, and we are here to bring to you a plethora of interesting musical dramas, theatrical performances, live shows, and Indian classical fusion concerts. To know more, to know about our upcoming shows and performances, please like and follow us to stay updated. Upcoming shows, Barff and Mirror, which is a Ashwin Girbani production. We will be meeting the powerhouse of talent, Mr. Saurabh Shukla, and the very gorgeous and talented Minissha Lamba today. And we will be discussing and talking a lot about Barff and Mirror and the upcoming US tour with Moving Plate Productions.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for meeting me.
Okay.
So we have a couple of questions, since we have a big audience who are really interested to know about Barff. This is more like an interview or a talking with you to entice them. So since you have been touring with Barff both across India and internationally, how does it feel to have created such a show?
So the very first thing is that this is what I do. Obviously, you create or you do whatever you do because you can't do anything else. It's always there's a great feeling once the piece you have done gets recognized by people. Barff is now entering into the 9th year of its production of its shows. And we have done lots of shows, India and abroad, USA we did, and other places. So everywhere it has connected with people. And the interesting thing is, not only the Indians, because it's a Hindi play, not only the Indians, and there we had some international audience at some places who didn't know the language. But because the play is visually so strong, they get it. And they have all liked it, and because they like it, I like it even more.
Absolutely, sir. I was completely mesmerized when I saw Barff myself.
Thank you.
So what was your inspiration behind Barff?
So I'll tell you the whole process. First of all, we must know that what is special about Barff. Why Barff is a special thing. Especially in Hindi theatre or Indian theatre. We have all kinds of plays. The kind we do not have is the thriller.
Absolutely.
So Barff, first of all, is a thriller. Essentially, it's a thriller. It has a format of a thriller. And because I wrote Barff not as a play first, but as a film.
Oh.
Yeah, but films take their own sweet time to get made. So while I'm going through the process of, putting it together as a film, I got a chance 8 years back when there is this very big festival in India, which is called Baharangam, which is done by a National School of Drama, and approximately some 80 countries, they participate in it. So they wanted me to put up a show together there. And so I said, why not this? And because it was written like a film, it had a visual language. In film, what happens is that you can go to the actual location and shoot it. But in theater, it's very difficult. So that got us excited, and we all said, no, this is a difficult task and we'll do it. And then we put up the show together. That's how the design comes into the play, and the lighting, and the effects of snow and the clouds and everything, where it is based. So that has been the process for writing Barff. Now, interestingly, Barff actually took me 7 years to write.
Wow.
Yeah, the story was there. And usually if you ask any artist, you get a hint that you want to say something. You want to do this journey. So as a writer, I started doing the journey, and it took me 7 years to actually figure out, okay, what exactly am I saying? What is it? What is it about? You know? So in that whole process, a lot of things happened. Initially, I placed it near a small town which is near Bombay. It's called Malsej Ghat. Now, the Malsej Ghat is hills and valleys, and there is this project where uh, some dam has been made, and so the water body is claiming the land, and the villagers have left their houses and they have gone to another new village which the government provided them. So I went there for a holiday and I saw a village which is half in the water. The roofs are jetting out, and half of it is outside, and there is nobody who lives there. So that was the requirement of the story. So initially I wrote that, but there was something amiss. I was still not satisfied completely. Then I happened to shoot a film in Kashmir, and I was there for 40 days. And I went through a gamut of emotions and feelings, I would say. So what happened that if you have been to Kashmir, it's one of the most beautiful places, most serene. Then during the shoot, I went, one of the days, it was an off day, and I went for a drive. And outside Srinagar, I think an hour away or so, I was on a mountain, and I suddenly saw that at the edge of the mountain, there was this beautiful village. I told the driver, I said, "Oh, that's a very beautiful village. Is there a road? Can we go there by car?" He said, "Sir, we can go up to a point, and then we have to walk a little." So I said, "Okay, fine. So can we go there?" He says, "But there's no point going there." I said, "Why?" He says, "Because nobody lives there." I said, "Oh, why? Such a beautiful village. Why people don't live there?" He said, No, during that troubled time, things happened, and people left the village." And that was a feeling which stayed with me. Such a beautiful village, but there is no one. It's a ghost village. So that suddenly then I realized that I have found the perfect setting for my story. And then that's how Kashmir came into play. Then rest of the things are stories, that we put up the show together, and then we started doing the journey, and here we are today.
Has Barff set a new standard of seeing the theater? Because this is so visually enticing, something which we haven't seen before. It was beautifully done.
Okay, so I'll tell you that I will not take the credit of this, and I will not claim that we have set new standards or something. I'm not there to set standards. I'm there to do something which I really love, and I genuinely and passionately want to do that. That's the whole idea. Having said that, yes, you're right. There are many examples in Broadway. You see, there are two reasons because of which in Indian theater, what you're saying that normally you don't see.
Yeah.
One, because of lately people have started putting in lots of money in the production.
Yes.
Earlier, theater was always like, if you can do it without money, and if I can watch it without money, it's great. That was the attitude. So because of which, theater never had the luxury of putting up things together. People forget, theater is not just theater. Then there is a physical auditorium. Then there are physical lights. Then there is wood, which you put in a set. Then there is labor. Then there is everything. Then there is air conditioning. All of that, it costs money. So to create a visual impact, you have to have money. So now it has started, the trend has started, people have started doing it, and we said, okay, we will do it. Of course, we do not have the budget like Broadway, but Then वो इंडियंस के बारे में बड़ा मशहूर है कि बहुत जुगाड़ में हम लोग उस्ताद होते हैं.
Yeah.
कुछ ना कुछ करके हम. So there's this great thing about Indians
I know.
that we find. Then we started inventing, reinventing, and all of that. So a lot of things happened in that. See, again, this is to the classical audience of theater, because there are two views about theater. There's this old school, staunch school, which says that the visual jugglery is not theater. So they stay away from it. They don't like Broadway also.
Mm-hmm.
They say, oh, this is all a circus. My point is, circus is attractive. Theater gives a thought, a story which can make you think. It analyzes human life, the human existence, all of that. So if there is a theater production which has, the grandness of a circus, but at the same time it talks about basic human life and can analyze that, and it's philosophical, why not? Because it will engage people. I mean, people should not feel that, going to theater is like, oh shit, I'm going for a school class. No, it should be enjoyable. It's like, audiences are like children. You tell them a story, and in that story, there are hidden messages.
Absolutely.
And they understand it. But if you tell them, no, you have to hear the message, then they are not interested. So I think that happened with Barff.
Yeah. So Barff has been appreciated.
Yes.
Across wherever it is played. You have received standing ovation.
Yeah.
Every time after the play. Is there any compliment that you have received from somebody which stayed with you?
Yes. So a lot of things. I mean, like you said, I'm really thankful to the audiences, and I'm very thankful to whatever the power is, because it's wherever we have performed till date, we have done more than 200 shows. Everywhere we have found standing ovation, and which is a great sign for any theater production at the end of it. But there is one, I don't know whether it's a compliment or whatever, but somebody shared it with me. So when we opened Barff almost 8.5 years back in Mumbai, so we had 4 shows, 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. It was very well received, and people were meeting me and they were saying that how good the play is, and they liked it, and whatever. And I met a girl, 25 to 30, and she came and she said that, Mr. Shukla, it's an amazing play. So I said, oh, thank you so much. She said that I have seen it 4 times. So I said, you've seen it 4 times, and we have done 4 shows. So are you saying that you have seen all the 4 shows? She said, yes. Saturday I saw the first show, and I didn't know what to expect. But I liked it so much that I bought the ticket of the next show. And then she told me, she said that I fought with my family, especially my mother, 10 years back. And I left home. And I never went back home. And I've been living since then alone. I said, oh, okay. Now the play talks about truth.
Yeah.
It talks about whose truth is the truth. Is your truth the universal truth, or is my truth the universal truth? And your truth can be completely different from my truth. So according to you, from your point of view, it'll be whatever my truth is, it's a complete lie or a false thing.
Yeah.
It talks about that. And she said that after I saw the first show and I liked it so much, and I didn't know that what was I liking. Then I saw the second show and I went back home, and the whole night I kept thinking that it is quite possible that my mother's truth is different from my truth. And she said, and before coming for the third show, which was today's first show, I actually picked up the phone, and after 10 years, I've called my mother. I was like, oh, she said, and I'm going home. I will meet her after 10 years. So that stayed with me. That if a play can touch you, and make sense in your real life, and there's nothing bigger reward, or it's the best outcome of a play. It'll stay with me always.
Absolutely. Saurabh sir, your journey spans through stage, movies, and also you're behind the camera. You do a lot of writing, but theater somehow stayed with you.
Yeah.
How do you find that passion to stay with theater? Although, movie has given you so much.
Theater has not stayed with me because it never went anywhere.
Oh.
Okay. So, okay. I mean, of course, movies have much bigger, much wider audience, much bigger reach. And economically, it's way much more rewarding, money-wise. And it's a great art.
Absolutely.
So first of all, I do not discriminate between theater and films. It is how well you do it. These are just two mediums. Now, yes, this is also the truth that I started with theater in Delhi. And I was doing theater, and that time Delhi didn't have any connection with movies. Once I shifted to Mumbai, I was in the thick of things. I was in movies, and I started getting work, and it needed my attention. It needed my focus. So for good 16, 17 years, I did not do theater. I did not go on stage. Yes, of course, I was in touch. I used to see my friends' plays and all of that, but never had the time to basically do that. Then I realized after 17, 18 years, when I was settled a bit, when I made some kind of a mark in the industry and people knew me, I said, how long am I going to go through this struggle that, I have to focus on this, I have to focus on movies only, I said, no, now people know that I'm there in movies and they have liked me. So whenever there is a need, they'll call me. Now I can do whatever I want to do. So two things I did. One, I came back to theater. Second, I resumed a sport which I used to play as a child, which is table tennis.
Oh, wow.
And I would say that, it's a similar time. 2011, I did my first play with Ashwin. So AGP is his production company, where I did my first play in 2011, the re-entering of theater. And at the same time, I started getting coached in 2011. Until date, I'm doing shows with Ashwin only, and also I'm playing my table tennis. So, and I get this feeling, the fulfillment of living a complete life or a much richer life rather than just one thing. So I do films, I play table tennis, and I do theater. It's as simple as that. Being in that moment. Do what you're doing. That's what.
This is a great learning even for us who are juggling between a lot of work, passion, hobby. And we sometimes find an imbalance, like what we really want to do.
Yeah.
But this is a great learning, sir. The next generation is getting hooked onto this short form content. Like they keep on scrolling through the reels. They also see the web series on OTT by pausing and then they watch again. Do you think that the format of theater needs to evolve to attract the Gen Zs and concurrently the Gen Alphas? What do you want to tell them?
By default, it has to evolve. because we won't be there to do it. Whatever the next generation, they will be the humans who are going to be there, and we are not going to be there. So what they are living, they have to associate it with them. So it, by default, everything has to go through a change. Now, talking about the short content. So, like in movies, we had a tradition that we never had a film which was less than 3 hours. So when 3 hours, there was a film 3 hours, we always thought that, when I was a child, we always thought that, oh, it's a small film. You know, like a 3.5 hour is a good, it has given me 3.5 hours of joyride. Now, today, we are making films. In my lifetime, I've seen it, that 3.5 hours is gone. Short content on Reels, what you're seeing, is a new art in development. Okay? So, a lot of it doesn't make sense, a lot of it makes sense. I have to confess, I'm hooked on to Reels. I never wanted to accept it initially, but in my empty time, I just open it and I start scrolling. And I have seen great Reels. And tomorrow, I'm very sure that that's going to be another, it is already an industry. It's going to be a serious industry. There will be standards fixed for that. There will be ethics. And so when it is going to be on that 2D format, what you have, say it's a similar format, right? You see it on a smaller screen, but the format is same. But I'm very sure that on live stage also, there will be short contents. There is an existence of short plays. But right now we are too scared to put a short play and ask money for it. So that short format is definitely going to come on stage. This is what I believe. And it'll be great because you have lesser time to say a bigger thing in a shorter time. And that starts demanding new techniques, new images, new way of telling things.
Yeah.
And I think it will be very great. I mean, it will be amazing because we'll be doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, to think of it like in Barff, the doctor does talk about his past. Maybe 20 years later, if somebody is doing this show, so it'll not be 3 actors, there might be 10 actors. And while the doctor is saying that the light fades out there, and on the other side, you see actually what the doctor went through, and then you come back. It'll be a new storytelling. It'll give a new life to the play. So I think it's a wonderful thing.
Beautiful thought. And we will be soon seeing you in Bay Area and New Jersey. And please do come watch our show. And there will be more information that we will be sharing very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.